Summer was over. Too fast. Now back to Wands and Whimsy Academy trademark. The name still sounded silly, like a failed Etsy shop. He dragged his trunk. It was heavy, probably full of existential dread, and maybe a forgotten sandwich. He hoped for a normal year. Yeah, right. Dream on, Harry. Ronnie Wease snored beside him, mouth open, a true portrait of elegance. Hermes Granger was of course reading, probably a textbook. For fun. Some people just like to be prepared. Harry just wanted a nap, but the candy cart was coming. Priorities, people. Priorities.
Suddenly, Dumblesnore tapped his glass. The chatter died. Mostly. Someone in Hufflepuff trademark was still chewing.
Attention students, we have news. Siri Bro has escaped.
Who now? Sounded like a tech bro. Siri Bro, Dumblesnore explained, was bad. Like, really bad. A vibe killer. He escaped from Vibecheckab, the wizarding world's worst prison. Apparently, it was very beige. Siri Bro was Harry's godfather. The Dementoids trademark arrived. Spooky, floating, cloaked, very dramatic. They didn't speak, just hovered. Like your Aunt Carol at a party, judging everyone's life choices silently. The school's vibe instantly tanked, from quirky magical fun to impending doom. Students felt cold and sad, like finding out your favorite show got canceled. On a cliffhanger. The worst. Colors seemed to fade, literally. The Griffin Snort trademark red looked more like sad maroon. Even the food tasted bland. How do you make magical treacle tart bland? Dementoids trademark, that's how. They patrolled the corridors, silently.
He's got that vibe.
Then a new teacher arrived. Defense against the vibes, a crucial subject. Professor Lupin, nice name. He was unlike any teacher they had seen before. He looked a bit tired and shabby. His clothes were worn, and his hair was slightly messy, like he shopped at a thrift store, run by well-meaning wolves. His attire was quirky, almost whimsical. But he had a kind smile, a smile that made you feel at ease, like everything was going to be all right. That was a good start. Rare here. He also carried chocolate. Always had a piece to share, always. Smart man, very smart. He knew the power of small gestures. Professor Lupin's classes were different, practical, engaging, less textbooky. He believed in hands-on learning. He taught them how to fight bad vibes with good vibes. And a special spell. A spell that required focus and positivity.
Expecto Patronum,
He'd say, calmly, with a sense of assurance that made everyone believe in the magic. It conjured a happy spirit animal, a protector, born from their happiest memories, to chase away the Dementoids trademark. Harry was intrigued and hopeful. This was something new, something powerful. Maybe he wouldn't faint all the time. That would be nice, for a change, a real change. Meanwhile, Bugsy Wheeze showed up. He was Ronnie's older, more annoying brother, always bragging about his ministry job, which sounded incredibly boring. Honestly, it was just paperwork. Endless stacks of paperwork. He'd sigh dramatically, as if he was engaged in some heroic battle against the never-ending tide of forms and files. Bugsy loved to boast about his so-called important tasks, but everyone knew it was just mundane clerical work. He'd go on and on about regulations and compliance, making it sound like he was saving the world. But really, it was just
Paperwork. So much paperwork, he'd sigh. Like it was a heroic battle. He'd act like he was the only one who could handle it, as if the fate of the ministry depended on his ability to file forms. He'd tackle those papers with a determined expression, as if each signature was a victory.
Despite his annoying habits, Bugsy did have his moments. He gave Ronnie a new wand after Ronnie's old one broke, spectacularly, during a spell gone wrong involving a slug. Don't ask, it was a disaster. The new wand was a nice gesture, even if it came with a side of Bugsy's usual bragging about how he got it from a top-tier wand maker. Professor Snarkus was still Snarkus. Greasy hair, sarcastic comments, the usual. He really, really disliked Harry. It was almost a hobby for him. He'd give Harry hostile looks and disdainful glares at every opportunity. It was like he lived for those moments. It was almost a hobby for him. 10 points from Gryffindor trademark, he'd sneer.
10 points from Gryffindor trademark, he'd sneer, for breathing too loudly.
For breathing too loudly. Probably. Or for existing. Mostly for existing. Harry tried to ignore him, but it was hard. Snarkus was persistent. Harry tried to ignore him, but it was hard. Snarkus was persistent. He'd find any excuse to dock points or make a snide comment. Harry tried to ignore him, but it was hard. Snarkus was persistent. He'd find any excuse to dock points or make a snide comment. It was exhausting, but Harry was determined not to let Snarkus get to him. Hermes was stressed. More than usual. She was taking all the classes. Literally. All of them. simultaneously. How? Magic, obviously. But still, she looked tired. Very, very tired. Like she hadn't slept. In days. Ronnie and Harri were worried.
Are you okay, Herms?
Fine, she snapped, too quickly, then buried her nose in 5 books.
She wore a new necklace. Gold, with a tiny hourglass. Pretty. She fiddled with it, constantly, when she thought no one was looking. Harri noticed. He wasn't oblivious. Okay, sometimes he was, but not now. This necklace seemed important. Bucky, the trauma bird, was in trouble. He was a hippogriff trademark. Proud, majestic, and easily offended. Very, very easily. His feathers shimmered in the sunlight, a testament to his regal nature. But beneath that proud exterior, Bucky was hurting. Draco Malfoy trademark, resident rich jerk, insulted him. So Bucky scratched him. Understandable. After all, who wouldn't defend themselves against such a blatant insult? It was a matter of honor for Bucky. Now Bucky was sentenced to termination. Harsh. For defending his honor. The forest seemed to echo with the injustice of it all, the trees whispering their disapproval. The ministry was not known for its chill. They were strict, unyielding, and often unfair. Their decision was final, and it seemed there was no hope for Bucky. Harri and his friends were outraged. This was not fair, not at all. They couldn't stand by and let this happen. Their friend, their majestic Bucky, deserved better. Dumblesnore gave Herms a hint, a cryptic yet hopeful hint. It was their only chance, about using her time loop necklace trademark, a powerful artifact that could change the course of events. It was risky, but necessary. For more than just extra homework. This time, it was for saving lives. The necklace glowed with a mysterious light, ready to alter time itself.
More than one innocent life may be spared, he said. His eyes twinkled with a knowing look as if he had seen this all before. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Subtle. But the message was clear. They had a mission.
Harri and Herms knew what to do. They had to act quickly and decisively. The forest seemed to hold its breath as they moved. They had to save Bucky, and maybe someone else, someone important, Cerebro, who was also innocent. The stakes were higher than ever, and failure was not an option.